We're all looking for that beautiful home, awesome floors, a great place to live. We've got an expert here and her husband. Welcome everyone to the Your Little Castle show, where we are highlighting those leaders in our community that we just get to learn a little bit about who it is that is making an impact and helping us to learn so we can build, we can have a home, we can have a family, we know what schools to go to, we know a little bit about our community. With that, give a shout out to Deserea and Donald, and I've got their names up here. I'll put it up. There we go. There's Deserea and Donald. There he is. Schneider. Both are owners. You started the company here, owner and founder. Mm-hmm. And Deserea has been running the company now for a number of years, and her husband Donald, 23 years in the trades. And so great partnership, great way to build a company when you bring in the expertise, and we're going to talk about it. With that, we'll give a shout out to our sponsors, Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle, but this little castle, you might have had some work done here by SCS LLC. And remind everybody, what does SCS stand for?
Snyder Collaborative Services.
Snyder Collaborative Services. With that, we're going to put up, they've got an upcoming website, they've got Instagram, they've got Facebook, a lot of great work. We're going to show off all about what they do and get into what does it take to have a great looking house, beautiful floors is the core, bathrooms, and we're going to show off a lot of great work here. But tell me a little bit about it. Thank you, first of all, I'll say, for serving in our military. Scott Air Force Base? Air Force?
Yes, I was at Whiteman and Ramstein and a few other places.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the Air Force, it's easy to get around. They move you around the world, I guess, too. Right?
Yeah.
But a little bit of Scott and Whiteman. Okay. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that's awesome. Tell me, what has it led you to the construction realm, where you ended up here now starting your own company?
Well, my husband and I started our own company because we had a lot of different factors. I graduated from respiratory school right at the heat of COVID.
Okay.
And I decided that was not for me. And my husband's father fell ill, and he wanted to kind of take care of him. So we put our efforts together and made something of our own in an effort to give our friends and family places to work and have things updated to their house and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we all are looking for a beautiful home, and my dad went through a situation, stroke, had to put the handrails up and make it an easier way to get into the shower. We got some great work that you guys. Donald, you joined in on this, obviously. You've been working in the trades, and they said, hey, I can work with a beautiful young lady you have me married to. And take off with a business. Tell me why you decided to go this path, too.
Well, I've seen a lot of people that are kind of negative out in the field, and I wanted to create a positive work environment and definitely change the outlook of people. You know what I mean? Customers and a company you want to work for type of thing.
Yeah, you made a point a few times talking a little bit about the positive side and what school and education you like for your kids, and how you just need to focus on what you're going to accomplish instead of the problems. And I think has that helped you to make for a successful business, the two of you collaborating here with that positive perspective? Yeah,
definitely. The outlook in life changes everything. Like if you try to wake up with a good attitude and go to bed with a good attitude, it definitely will change your whole outlook.
It helps with work-life balance too.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, given that now we don't work for other people, we work for ourselves, we spend a lot more time with ourselves and our kids. Whereas before, that might not have been as possible.
Yeah, so now you get to collaboratively work together to build some of the beautiful work that we've seen put together here. Why did you specifically decide to get into construction? That's a little bit of a leap from the Air Force, but
it is.
But having a woman-owned company, tell me more about that.
Yeah, well, my husband's very persuasive. He's a good talker. He sold me. No, I got out and he's like, well, you could go to work for the shop that I'm working at. And I learned a little bit of the ins and outs in the office. And I thought, well, maybe this is something that I could help him do. Several people that we've done work for and his dad kept telling him that he should go out on his own. And I wanted to help foster something that meant something to him. So here we are.
Well, it sounds like you've obviously put the time, energy, and effort in to do so. Is it that inspiration, a little bit of that positive? There's nothing wrong with saying that, because there's just that perspective you can have on life. And if you're not going to have a positive perspective, then life can be very difficult. But has that helped you to run the business and to make the business what it is that you've developed now too?
Yeah, I think it spills over onto our clients. We kind of go above and beyond what we're supposed to do for just doing a normal kitchen or floor or bathroom or anything like that. So I think everybody benefits from it, and they tend to return the favor by just embracing us and being really grateful for the work that we've done. So
Makes sense. Donald, did you have something to do with the implementation of this strategy for the business?
Well, yeah, I guess it is nice to meet the people and give them exactly what they want, type of thing. As far as everybody's got a specific need to have a custom, shower or some custom stuff in their kitchen or whatever. It definitely goes per person type of basis, and I like that.
Yeah, when you get to work for a boss that you know pretty well, this makes it a little easier.
some days are
Does
better.
it make it easier or does it make it more difficult? It sounds like you guys have the right perspective, so it makes it a little easier for you guys to collaborate.
It's a good thing, yes. I mean, everybody has their struggles, just managing the materials, and sometimes there's job challenges with each floor that you do or each bathroom you do when you unpeel parts of the layers. You find different things. It's when we work together, we can overcome them much easier than if we were trying to do it independently.
That makes sense. Donald, it's working for you guys.
Yeah.
You've worked on a team. You've worked part of the union trades and
Yeah.
had many years
Yeah,
together. but
definitely.
This is now your own collaborative effort, right?
Yes, for sure. I would agree. It's definitely a unique experience to get to work with your wife all the time. Yeah.
Unique.
Yeah, not a bad situation
No.
to have if you can work it together and support each other. How many years with the actual business now? You've got 23, 24
Yeah,
years?
almost 24 years in the trade.
In the trades, and then now you've started the business. How long has the business been actually up and running now?
We've been a company now for 2 years solid, gaining traction, getting clients and things like that. We established initially in 2021, but COVID
Okay.
kind of made it like impossible for us to flourish or even really start anything. So we didn't really gain traction until a couple years ago.
Okay, but if you count 21 as a launch, then that's
Yeah.
but you've had 2 or 3 good years now of
Yeah.
running a business and building it. We're going to show you a lot of the great work they've got here. That'll make sense. We've got some nice reviews coming out there as they develop that, and got nothing but 5 stars. So we've noticed there too. Tell us about your team, though. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into this. You have some people that you bring in for projects.
Yes.
And tell me about those projects. What do you prefer most of your work going to? Flooring and then bathrooms? And tell me more about your team.
Yeah, we do primarily flooring. We are a flooring contractor, but we do subcontract out other areas, so plumbing, electrical. We hang cabinets. We do a lot of ADA compliant kitchens and baths, zero entry showers, heated floors. We just started doing the large format thin gauge porcelain panels, so we're dabbling in that, but as it comes to be more popular here in the Midwest, hopefully we get to be a little bit better at it and get more jobs that have that.
Yeah, I was just saying, the work
It's
you've done, from
popular.
when I've seen the final products, look great. You would have known this.
Yeah.
And I guess, I made a joke long ago, but once you delve into a profession, you can quickly become the expert by the time you've done it 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to have done something 87 times before you get good at it.
Yeah.
And it helps to have a husband who's been in the trades now for
Oh, he's very skilled.
so many
That's-
years. Okay.
He's got the muscle and I got the ideas.
Okay. So now you,
Sometimes it gets me into trouble. I'm the ideas guy. He tells me I can't do that often, but we figure out a way to make function meet beauty, and that's the thing. A lot of our stuff is mainly for like aging in place and things like that. So we do a lot of zero entry showers, but it kind of spills over into now that we've done a shower in your bathroom floor, all your other floors get jealous.
Right.
So you kind of got to make everything function and be pretty at the same time. So we found a lot of good success in different training classes and things like that.
yeah, well, the ADA compliance stuff, that's important because so often we have an elderly population that's getting to that age. And my dad, like I said, we had to put the handbars up and get a low entry into the shower. Obviously, Donald, you've got a lot of experience with this stuff. Has this become a core for your business? You become kind of experts in this area?
Yeah, I would think we kind of we people end up calling us because they've called other shops and they don't quite handle the ADA stuff as much as we do, and kind of found a niche there of stuff.
Well, yeah, that's a great. Once you've got that area where you kind of specialize, and people kind of expect that from you. And obviously, we're going to show off a lot of the work you've got here. Lots on the Facebook, Instagram, And Deserea here makes some of her own videos too. So they look pretty cool. You can see you got the graphics and the music, doing a good job there. Elaborate for me a little bit about the team and when you contract out, how some of the guys you've been working with you, how long you've been working with these guys, and you've worked with them for many years in the trades. Has it worked out well to collaborate with some team members?
Yeah, so Donald has worked with several of the guys in the field, so I'll let you take over.
Yeah, I guess quite a few of the guys I've worked with for many years. I know one of the guys I've worked with for over 16 years. The other guy I've worked with for 15 years. So it's definitely nice to know the guy's working for you.
Right. We tend to bring in some of our contractor friends. So and we welcome others as well. But for example, we met another company and they have brought us in for their tile only and stuff like that. But we want to grow a little bit more and expand to who we use. So we've got a plumber that we use, 5M, who comes and helps us no matter when, which is amazing because plumbing is something that I don't like. I don't like dealing with any water issues because that's not my area of expertise, so I leave that to the people that do that. So hanging cabinets, we tend to have other people come in and do those as well. Some of our close friends help us with those things.
Yeah.
So you've become kind of the GC. You're making sure to manage everything and bring in the right people. We're
spreading out a little bit
okay.
in that area.
Okay.
Trying to grow cautiously and stay in our lane as far as I'm doing a little bit more of the design work, and he kind of makes those things happen for me. So I rely heavily on him to say, yes, this is going to work. And then I have the other subject matter experts like the cabinets and the electrical say, okay, yeah, we can put a light in this niche, or we can put lights over here, or a lot of different unusual things, even lights for your lower part of your shower. I'm trying to sell some of those.
Yeah, all right.
We go to different trade shows, like in Vegas, how they have surfaces and things like that, and they show you all their wonderful products.
Okay.
I like to try to incorporate those as we get bigger. So we'll see what areas we can branch into and make beauty and function happen for everybody that can't see or can't reach lights and things like that.
That gives me a couple more questions. This one goes to Donald. Is her design background, is her input to make this, she's giving you the work.
Oh, yeah, it helps out tremendously.
Now you're implementing these.
It helps out tremendously because she kind of goes in there and meets the person and gets the feel of their house and what they like and what they want to see, and she can pretty much tie that into their bathroom or their kitchen, and they have all been very pleased with what, she figures out what they like type of thing,
Makes sense, yes, and that's a team effort. But being the designer, is it nice for you to have somebody that can implement what you've designed?
Yeah, I'm self-teaching a lot of things. So we go to a lot of training classes and things like that for our products that we install. And if I have questions, I can always rely on their customer service, which makes our customer service that much better. Okay. And tailored specifically to each individual in each kitchen and each shower.
Okay. And then I wanted to ask, that military background, the training you've got there, the discipline they develop in you, has that helped you to run your business and become the great designer?
Wholeheartedly. They preach the whole person concept a lot, so you have to be balanced. If without the discipline and the spiritual part of it and all of the things that they teach you, I wouldn't be able to do this as well, throw myself into it and be as detail oriented or, like I said, customer service related and able to speak to people. That's huge. They give you all of those skills, and to be able to give that back to people is pretty cool.
Sounds like, so with the training each of you received, union training over here and the military training here, you guys are set. You've got all the skills developed, and it took, obviously, that training helped with that. And here we are with a very successful business. Well, that's exciting, and we want to share a little bit more about the fun we partake in the community. We've got some fun stuff here. I'm looking at my list of videos. We've got some stuff related to guns and hoses. I get invited every year to come down there, and we do little clips and little excitement. But if you're supportive of our military and our fire, enjoy this, and we'll be back.
Go ahead and scan that QR code. It's up there on the screen right there by the stage. They're matching donations up to $50,000. Thank you. Thanks for fitness for that donation. We really appreciate it, guys.
big events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwish was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com. And if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds. And you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show. And there is no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. And we're back, everybody. So a lot of fun. We get to partake in the community. It's a lot, but a lot of great discussion we've had here off camera. Gives us a little chance to catch up. But give me that little bit of a I call it a cost analysis, where you literally are like, here's what people want to get done. Why should they spend the proper amount of money to get it done right? Cutting corners, the reasons they would want to spend to get this done professionally versus the do-it-yourselfer, right? They get chucking a truck, you can install your floors for you, but then they're going to fall apart. Give me that cost analysis and what that does to help justify why you would want to get this done professionally. Oh, she's looking at it.
You
Donald.
Take this one, I guess, is why you're looking at me. Well, I mean, everybody knows that if you have a bunch of water sitting in your shower, you're going to end up with mold. So if you waterproof properly and slope everything properly, you should avoid getting any kind of mold throughout your, ownership of that shower.
Yeah, how often have we seen that? I was just talking about a facility. I recently was asked to check something out, and I pulled a tile out, and I looked back. I'm like, there's black mold behind it in the shower. You would never have known this, but because water gets in. Another fun fact you gave me is that, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, yeah, I get like 5,000 or 6,000 gallons a month.
Yeah. So you were averaging about
50 to 100,000
100,000 gallons a year, I believe it's what they told us in one of the classes we took on an average throughout America, because everybody takes a shower in the morning and the evening, and multiple people take showers in there. So that's a lot of water. So you need to get it, drained properly, and you need to get it dried out as fast as possible. If you have the money, I would heat the floor, in the shower or in the main part of the bathroom, and definitely get an exhaust fan in there. It works really well.
All these are important things that if you're not paying attention, and a lot of people, heated floors, how do I afford that? These days it's not as expensive, and it's great to have because
Yeah.
it causes things to dry up.
Causes them to dry up. It adds ambient heat, so warmer floors, especially if you're in a wheelchair or anything like that, it gives your room the extra heat to help you relax a little bit and enjoy your shower and not have to dry off so fast, or just it's different altogether. I can't explain it. Once you have it, it's like remote start for your car. You'll never go back.
Well, yeah, how true is that? How often do we know we feel real warm, we'll dry off in the shower, but as soon as you open that door to get out, then you're like, oh,
The
it's
Arctic
cold here.
blast.
Yeah, Arctic blast, but if you've got that heated floors and the heated area, that makes it a lot easier, and it can dry off more quickly, and especially for those ADA and those a little bit older, they like to have that comfort and something that makes them feel good. These are things you specialize in. You can
Yes.
install these for people too.
Yes, we can. We use Schluter system primarily because I love the product. It's something that I can use myself in my own home, and I can vouch for it. Plus, their customer service is hands down the best I've ever encountered. Not that there's other products that you can't use, but that's what we tend to specialize in for warranty purposes, for product availability, customer service issues, ease of operation. There's many different reasons why, but and that doesn't mean one is less than another or better to use. It's just my personal preference and what I believe in.
And Donald, you're the one implementing this stuff. Tell me, you prefer one system over another?
Yeah, I like
you
the
know how these
Schluter
work.
system as well. I mean, because you can get a rep to come out there and give you a special warranty if you have a really special scenario with your bathroom or something like, if you're going with a smaller tile, you might need a special warranty because most of these new modern underlayments, they don't accept a smaller tile as well. The mosaics and stuff. So
We've got training for several different products and all of that because we like to know, because you kind of have to mix and match sometimes depending upon like glass tile and different aspects for different things. So you're well versed in all of the products. It's just one is after my heart more than the other.
Yeah, once you've developed an affinity for something, you understand how it works,
Yeah.
and maybe you've experienced it personally, then you say, this is a good product that
makes sense.
you would recommend to everybody. Mm-hmm. That's why we bring experts here, so we can get these inside secrets that, hey, how else would you know this kind of stuff, and get them to sit down with you for half an hour. But that's what we do here on the Your Little Castle show. Tell me, though, why should somebody choose you guys? What is it you feel that really separates you from the others? And you got a great combination here, and a history, and a great partner who's many years of experience doing the work. What is it that really sets you guys apart?
Well, just like our slogan, quality over quantity. I want to give you a quality product and make sure that you're involved in every step of the way, make sure that it's customized to you. Donald does a fantastic job, and so does our team, of making sure that the seat height, if we put it in there, that it is custom to you. You feel comfortable. Can you get up? Is it ergonomic? Do you have any special requests that maybe sound silly to somebody else, but that means something to you? They tend to do a great job of the attention to detail and the customer service, really.
Donald, you back that up?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the job behind you here on the screen, I think you can see that, to where you put a really narrow curb in and a real short curb. It a lot of people request that because elderly people or whoever, even if you're a younger person, you just don't like having a great big curb to step over. So
Right.
we try to customize each shower per person, really.
Some people will take their wheelchair right into the shower.
Oh, yeah.
Or in and out.
Absolutely.
Or
Yeah.
right up to where
So-
they set them down I remember
That's
doing that.
a big thing that we do. We do a lot of zero entry showers, and that helps, people in wheelchairs or elderly people, or maybe a veteran that was injured, or it's never ending how far you can keep taking that. But those are just some of the jobs that we've done for people.
Well said, and a lot of good reasons somebody should choose you guys, given the background and what you guys emphasize and focus on. Give me a little bit about something. You talked about some of the training you go through. Are there any certifications? Obviously, licensed and bonded, insured, all those things. But what are some of the certifications or some of the trainings that you've had to go through to?
I personally have joined Donald and our team members at Schluter's Part 1 and 2. That it's very hands-on. It's not just in class, you're taking a test and you understand the product, but they make you physically go in there and do a mock-up and get your hands dirty and set tile and set drains and figure out how to use their products, so that way if you do have any questions, they're there to answer it. We've got Wheatie under our belt. We've got
Caps.
CAPS. Yeah, CAPS is a certification for like aging in place.
Okay.
And then we've got, that's pending. We're working on that. We did just get a certification for our women business enterprise.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that took us quite some time to get. It
Okay.
was no easy feat, but I am so grateful that we have it. So I am 51% owner and the female veteran. So hopefully that opens some doors for us to get jobs that are more on the commercial side, because right now we do both commercially and residential. Primary commercial is our goal to get to, but primary residential right now.
Well, yeah, sounds like you guys have put quite a bit into the certification side. You asked the question there, you got lots of good feedback for everybody, but how important is it to have the training proper to know what you're doing
100%.
to make these installations go well?
100%. The training is the key part, because if you're working with a material you don't know much about, you might not put enough water in, it might not set up enough, you may not roll enough waterproof materials on something, or put the right amount of care and detail into what you're doing.
Our guys are all OSHA certified and install certified. And we have all had some kind of panel training for the great big tile, 5 foot by 10 foot tile, so, and we continue to have myself and her and all of our installers go to upgrade classes nonstop to, to further our training, because it's always changing.
Product knowledge is key, and everything is ever evolving. There's no formula that's the same. Well, very few formulas that are the same from 1960. And
Okay.
you got to know what's underneath everything and be able to recognize things to not just keep you safe, but keep the homeowner safe, and make sure that things are installed properly to give them a good warranty and something that's lasting.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that there are warranties for this kind of work, to make sure that if
Absolutely.
there's a problem, that somebody's going to pay to have it fixed, so that it doesn't come back out of pocket for them again at a later date. And obviously, you guys have an awesome team put together here, and it's something that's been working well together for a long time, and lots of great experience, certifications, but also having that experience of actually in the field with an expert craftsman, with Donald. And so, great combination that you guys have put together here to really help run a small business. And so we'll start off, we're going to have him stick around for another half an hour, everybody. I'm going to ask him, what's it like to be a small business owner, how you can really adeptly help the public and the consumers that you're working with. Stay tuned for more, everybody. You're watching Your Little Castle.